When I spit bars in a rave, man, I go hard like Santan.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Muga. Who would have thought it, hey? Look at us. Guys, Elijah, how you doing?
Hey man, it's good. The free here, third place. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Put them threes up. Put them threes up. Sevi, how you doing, man?
It's lonely at the top, man.
Boy, certain man's teams aren't in the Champions League, and I'm gonna be honest, I can't relate. I
can't relate. I honestly can't relate. To be honest,
they'll go nameless because we ain't got time for that on this pod. Alex, what you say, man?
Come on, man. Top three. How do we do it? I don't know, but they know we did it, man. It's good, man.
Get the job done, man. Timmy, how's it going, man?
Come on, fam. Top three fantasy FPL champion again. Flipping all the Chelsea and Arsenal fans that thought they'd be finishing above us. They're in trouble. I'm feeling good today, bro. Feeling real good.
Good. And once again, we're joined by Nikki. How you doing, Nikki?
I'm good. Top three.
Yeah. You came on the last pod. You came was a bit painful. So obviously, good to have you on a pod that we can celebrate. So before we start, I have to do my usual plug our socials. So obviously, for those of you who don't know by now, we're on the Discord platform. We're about 850 people on there. It was great this weekend. We had a live Super Sunday, final Sunday of the season chat going on where we were watching all the games together. Obviously, we've got more stuff coming. NBA season's coming, so we've got something for you cooking in that regard for all you Golden State fans that don't have anything to do this postseason because, you know, KD left you and Steph Curry's injured. Obviously, for us, we've also got our Patreon page. The content's adding up there. We've got a couple of episodes of our top 30 players, bit of tactical analysis, and there's more stuff to come. So sign up to the Patreon. And those of you who watch visually rather than listen to the pod, subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe. Every single pod within the Cop End podcast family get put onto the YouTube channel. And with all of that being said, no further ado, let's get to business. So, calm 2-0 win yesterday. Nothing heavy. Obviously, we weren't stressed. We came in there calm. Business as usual. Elijah, you kick off proceedings. What were your thoughts? I know you put out your articles. You produce them real quick. Are you typing as the game's going on, or?
Hey, do you know what? Yeah, that was the one that I took the longest because I could not type during that game, bro. So yeah, but yeah, man, it was a game where you could see that there was a lot riding on the game. Both teams, they didn't want to lose the first goal. Whoever made the first mistake, that was it basically. There weren't that many chances. It reminded me of the old games that there used to be where it was just like very cagey, but there was a lack of quality there from both teams, especially I was in the final third. I thought that first off, especially, I think everyone apart from Pogba, Martial and Greenwood and Lindelof were pretty poor. Basically fed into Leicester's game plan, which was give it to the fullbacks and they won't hurt us. It was, yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about the game apart from the fact that it was a difficult game in terms of there wasn't much in it, but capitalised on two mistakes that they made. Greenwood done some good pressing for the first goal, kicked it to Bruno, who had a fucking shocker. That's one of the worst performances I've seen.
Is that the worst performances of a professional footballer, or the worst of Bruno?
It reminded me of Mickey in his heyday. It was horrible. Kept giving the ball away. It was just terrible. There was no. It's basically just like just kicking it away for no reason. It was just really poor, man. But he done a good through ball for Martial finally in that game after messing up a few. And then we got the penalty which he tucked away. I mean, it's funny because right before that, I was screaming for him to be taken off because he.
So was Seb. So I was like, listen, the thing about it is, and I said it on the main pod as well, as frustrating as these players who you know can do better can be at times, talking about Pogba and Bruno here, you keep him on just for that. Even though for the other 94 minutes, or not even 89, 94 minutes and 50 seconds, he was atrocious. Just that moment of quality there. Is Fred going to give you that necessarily? Is McTominay going to give you that? Is Pereira going to give you that? I don't know, innit? So you keep them on for those moments. And yeah, Martial, who's been fantastic since we came back, was able to get us the penalty.
Yeah, and then the second goal is not much to say about. I think Lingard, to be fair, it's actually credit to Lingard, because normally you wouldn't want someone to be pressing in those final minutes. You would want someone you just like to drop back and in the spaces and just let them pass it around the back or make them kick long. But it was actually good from Lingard that he spoiled the chance to press, and he ruined that guy's bet, which really made me have.
That was so sweet. That was so sweet. I think whoever posted it in the chat, I think it was Timmy, was like, you know what would be sweet is if Lingard scored in the last minute, and you couldn't have written that. You couldn't have written that. Obviously, Evans and Schmeichel, they play fealty to the throne. They play fealty to the thrones. You know, they never. Schmeichel never quite got to play for us, and obviously Evans had his stint, but they know where their bread is buttered, isn't it? They know where their bread is buttered. So you know, made sure we saw it out, man. Timmy, what were your thoughts? Because obviously you've kind of been down in the dumps since the Southampton game. Is that just me or can nobody else hear Timmy? Yeah, you've gone, Timmy.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear you at all. Still can't. Okay, while Timmy sorts himself out, let's go to... Wasn't that just... Timmy, we didn't hear anything you said until you said...
Well, it's another end of season performance.
Mute Timmy, man. Mute Timmy.
No. You sound mad. We had Trust Me, nothing before that, and then everything else is a bit jumbled.
This guy needs to fix his thing.
We're gonna have to mute you while you have
There's no connection at the bottom.
We're gonna have to mute. We'll have to mute you.
We'll come back. We'll come back
to Timmy, yeah? Cool. So who's that now?
Can you hear me now?
No.
No, that was just like the backlog. It's the backlog.
Okay, that's the back. Okay, cool. So, Sebi, we'll go with you. What were your thoughts on the game? I reckon you looked that up because you didn't want to go after Timmy, and I respect it, to be honest.
Oh, come on, man. I love to see it, man. But, kind of just echoing Elijah. I think it was like a nothing game. I think like everybody was poor other than, the players Elijah mentioned. I liked, I think we were speaking about it yesterday on the main pod, or I think maybe before the main pod anyway. I liked like that, even in Rashford's poor games, he's still creating something. Whereas before, what he used to do is just try force it and try to do the individual thing. He used to try to do the kick and run thing where he'd kick and run and they'd come off the pitch, or he'd just try knuckleball it from 45 yards. And that's what everybody would just be on to him for doing those things. But I like that he's kind of, post-lockdown, I don't know whether, he's still, suffering from an injury or it's more of a fitness thing. But what he's done is when he's not in the game, he's also tried to create chances. That's why when like maybe like Elijah or someone else says he's poor, for me, I don't say he's poor. I just say like he ain't done anything. Do you know what I mean? And for me, that's like a difference between not doing anything and actually being like really poor. And for me, I kind of have the bias because I'm impressed that he's added that new dimension to his game. I really, really liked Greenwood because, again, even if he's not scoring goals, it was effective, retained play. It was even that impressive part where he held off Ndidi. I was like, right, that's actually, that's actually, like a moment there that would, capitulate everything of what he's done. Like during lockdown, as in he's grown, he's like put on weight, and he wouldn't have been able to do that.
Like even at times, he's comfortable to receive the ball under pressure and just just relieve the pressure for a few moments.
But
We'll
for
see.
like Arsenal fans, I remember like we used to debate Greenwood on Martinelli, and I personally was saying I don't know because Martinelli has the physicality, and that's the only thing that I felt Martinelli had on Greenwood was he had the physicality. Greenwood had everything else, but in this modern game, you have to have the physicality to go along with everything else, or you're just going to be nothing really. But the fact that Greenwood in that short space of time has managed to add that physicality means that none of these youngsters can speak to him. So yeah, I was just kind of impressed with that. I was happy that Jesse scored, even though I was saying that like bring on Lingard, because with Lingard, he doesn't do much, but he doesn't lose the ball. Like he'll recycle the ball, and he's high energy, and that's how we got the goal. So yeah, I was happy. De Gea, he's still a bum, almost cost us quite earlier on. I was shook. It was like a nothing chance, and he almost like fumbled it, which was crazy. But yeah, we'll talk on that.
It is what it is. You talk about De Gea. I don't know if you guys watched Match of the Day, but Henderson, the streets are onto him. Nikki, what do we have to say about that? The streets are turned on Henderson. He's meant to be our saviour, but apparently he's looking very brazy out there. What do we do?
Oh, yeah, ever since we've been talking about him replacing the gap, I don't know what happened. He's just
His head's gone.
He's just
His head
been
is absolutely gone.
Gone. He's been thinking because that showing, I don't know. If Chelsea are actually offering 55 million, then I think we're going to snap their hands off for it. But at the same time, I'd like to see them compete. I don't think Henderson's ready at all. But De Gea's a bum. Like, at this point in time, he's actually fucking shocking.
Who's the better keeper right now?
I don't know. I don't like that question. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's scary, to be honest with you. The fact that you can't say Henderson, you can't say Henderson confidently, it scares me. But I think I go back to the point we made a few weeks ago, and it's like De Gea is clearly only going in one direction. Henderson, we only expect him to get better from here. So I think we take the gamble on La Carrington again. We do what we always do, where we sell these guys and then they go to the next team and start balling out. That academy, boy, Fergie always told those youngers, listen, you stick with us, I'll make sure you're a pro. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Yeah, I don't know. You're right, Sebi. De Gea had a mad moment. Routine shot, and he spilled it. And you know Vardy.
He spilled it.
It was easier than routine. It wasn't like a hard shot. Like it was rolling 2 miles. Like when I generally say everybody on this cast would have caught that. Like it wasn't a routine. It was less than routine. It was like it was a deflected rubbish shot. Like it was just going 0.5 miles an hour.
It is what it is. So cool. I want to also ask you guys, I know obviously we've made top four, so nobody really cares anymore, but I want to just get your feelings about, because we haven't spoken about it, the West Ham game, Pogba gate. Timmy, hoping you're back with us sound-wise. Can you confirm, sir?
Yo.
You sound good? Yeah, we're good. Are you good?
Bro, I'm good. I don't know what's going on, fam.
Look at Alex's face. You know when Carragher scored that volley? You know when Carragher scored that volley and he looked at the camera?
Why is Stephen's eyes?
Blood of my enemies. The blood of my
enemies.
Blood of my enemies.
Timmy, we're going to have to...
Ow,
okay, Alex, I'm going to come to you. The West Ham game, briefly, just give us your thoughts on the game. Like, again, on yesterday's pod, I said we basically had three chances to kind of sew up top four. We had Southampton game, we had the West Ham game, and then we had to take it to the Leicester game. What were your thoughts on our performance in the West Ham game?
The West Ham game was the okay, yeah. Do you know what it is, yeah? I was so disappointed because I was thinking to myself, yeah, I said before the game, Antonio's going to get his 10th goal of the season today, no matter what happened. I knew it. Whether it was going to be a penalty, a header, handball, the guy was going to do it. Because I don't know what it is, yeah, but when Man United have a chance to overtake or to capitalize on Chelsea's mistakes, we bottle it. And it's been since Mourinho was here. Like, I even remember in the Moyes season, we had a chance to even go top four, I think, once. We blew it as well. I was just thinking to myself, like, what is the actual issue? So, but on the performance, it wasn't a great performance in terms of I don't really remember moments from the game because I can't lie, I was doing something that day. But in terms of what was actually happening on the day, like it's just not good enough in terms of showing. I think showing like there's a word I'm looking for. Showing Mariah, help me.
Intensity.
No, not intensity. Intention. Like if you're advertising yourself to other players around the world, and Man United can't even get the job done, like bro, like it doesn't look good in my opinion. You're selling yourself short because we're way more talented than that performance. We're way more talented than the effort that was put in that day. Fair enough, they're tired. We hear that, but everyone is tired. The whole Premier League is tired. You get what I'm saying? We all had 3 months off. Like for me, it was so frustrating because it's just like we're at home, get this done. But yeah.
But what's home in lockdown where there's no fans? You're just on a pitch at this point, to be honest with you. You're just playing on a pitch. A couple lads playing on a pitch. Cool. All right. That being said, I want to kind of go through our squad and let's talk about player performances. I want you guys to rate them as a group, or us as a group, and then we'll come up with our top three for our top three players this season. Yeah. Cool. So I'll start at the back. David De Gea, what are you guys giving him out of 10 this season?
4.
Yeah, 4's fair.
Yeah, 4.
Did you say 2? You don't love that number 2, man.
Yeah,
you don't love that. It's either 9 or 2 with you lot, man.
No.
You forget all the numbers in between.
2's harsh.
Gets a 2.
Sam, what number are you giving DDG out of 10 for this season?
4.
How about you, Nikki?
You know what, 4, because he has been ass here, but at times he's actually, once or twice, he saved us. But
can you name those moments, please?
No, I can't remember. But
I trust.
That's
it's in my head though. Like I remember, there's a memory somewhere, but more often than not, he's fucked it up. But I'll give him a 4.
We're giving it 4's nice, to be fair. Okay, cool. We'll give a 4 to DDG. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
6.
6, yeah,
6.
Wow, you might have given him a 6.
He's locked out. He's lockdown shaved off his points. Like
what was he pre-lockdown?
Pre-lockdown, I was thinking 8.
So wow. So hold on. So 8 for what? 29 games of the season, yeah. Because I'm going to work out your maths here. So 8 for 29 games of the season, yeah. You're giving him and then you're giving him a 6 out of 10 overall, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying he was an 8 out of 10 for 76% of the season, yeah? So he was an 8 out of 10 for 76% of the season, yeah? How poor was he in that remaining?
He was terrible.
No.
He was terrible. Wan-Bissaka was hickey. During these last 10 games, yeah. Hey, you know what? I like Wan-Bissaka. Do you know what? When we was linked with him, I didn't want him. But I got on board because everybody's like, yeah, whatever. So I got on board, yeah. And at the start, sick defender, he was doing his thing. Amazing. You couldn't beat him 1v1. But eventually, people started to work it out. Like, he's the trigger. If you pass, if it goes to him, let's press Wan-Bissaka. And the guy cannot deal with it. He cannot deal with it. His first touch is horrible. But again, he's defensive. He done really, really well, but just lockdown, man. When we needed him, we needed that outlet. He was terrible, man. So maybe not 6, maybe a 6.5. 6 is a bit too harsh, but maybe a 6.5 because it was.
I can't give him a cheeky 7, no.
I could give him a 7. What do
you guys think, Alex?
It's a low 7.
Alex, Elijah, and Nikki.
If I'm being honest, to back up what Seb said, it's true. We're being a bit harsh for the 6, but at the end of the day, when we need the crosses, sometimes we just need Wan-Bissaka to just finesse it into the box. Just a nice header. Nope, he's blasting it to the corner flag in Carrington. It was mad. He exposed himself during this post lockdown. We know going forward.
He did. But let's break it down. We won every league game apart from Spurs, Sutton, and West Ham. Which one of those games are you saying Wan-Bissaka was a piece of shit? Sutton. I might give it to you for Sutton still.
You know what, yeah? You know what's actually really funny? I think offensively, he's been better post-lockdown. I think his crossing in the final third has been better post-lockdown. But in the middle third and offensive third, passing and build up, it's been
Yeah.
scary, man.
Shocking.
Like Southampton that game, hey, they were onto him in a flash. They knew, fam. They smelled blood whenever the ball went to him.
If we played Antonio Valencia that game instead of Wan-Bissaka, would we have won?
No.
Valencia's ass too.
Oh, that guy.
Those
I'm
low,
so glad
those
he's
low
got him.
hard balls for Martial. It might have won, you know.
Oh,
Hey, those zingers across the box. We might have won,
bro,
you know.
that guy did not complete a cross since like 2014, man.
always hit the first man. That's the part people don't remember.
Skins.
People fuse
That's a sick
his
note.
right. People fuse his right wing crosses for Rooney with his right back crosses. Yeah, don't get them confused at all, man. Then right back crosses first man every time, every
I
single
can't
time.
believe he actually forgot how to cross. That guy, that bleaching was, it must have done something to him, fam.
It finished him. He was always hitting shins, man. I was always calling him shin terrorist.
Oh man! So are you guys comfortable giving Wan-Bissaka a 6 out of 10?
I'll give him a 7.
Nah, 7.
I'll give him a 7.
Thank you, man. Wow, you lot are harsh, boy. We want to get on you lot's bad side. Lindelof.
6.5 for me.
What?
What is that, high or low?
That's too high.
I knew he was going to say
Yeah.
it was high. I knew he was going to say it was high.
I'll say 6.5.
That's too close to Wan-Bissaka. Sorry, man. If
What's
Wan-Bissaka's 7, that's too close.
That guy's a straight 4, man.
Oh,
I give him a 5.
Bro.
You know what? I'll give him a 5 because we gave the Gea
De
a 4.
Gea 4.
He's been better
Seb?
than-
Wait, sorry, who was you saying?
Lindelof.
I'm gonna
That's
give
the same
Lindelof a 5, yeah, just because of yesterday.
Hey, he was quality yesterday, man.
Yeah, just because of
He
yesterday.
was good against West Ham too, so.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 5 still.
Maguire.
Oh, alhamdulillah.
We've discussed this in depth.
Hey, this is where we need Timmy, man.
Yeah, Maggie's got to get a 5 for me.
What, the same as Lindelof?
Yeah,
I think he's been worse than Lindelof, you know.
I don't think
You know
so.
what?
I feel like in some
That's
games
fair.
Maguire was really good, but
You know what? I think
Fox lockdown, he's done a madness.
that he's been better than Lindelof most of the season, but he's just a better defender. So I'm gonna give him because he doesn't deserve to be.
Elijah's going for an existential
He's going
crisis.
through it, bro. What,
He's
Maggie,
validating it.
5.5.
He's like,
5.5.
in one side of his head, he's validating him. Then he's like, nah, but.
Man.
He's like,
I don't
let me
even
give
know
him,
about the man.
let me give him a 5 for 5. But what about when he was marking Wan-Bissaka? Let me give him a 5 for 5. But what about when he let Bergeron turn him? Let me give him a 5.5. How come he's a stripper? It's a lot going on. I know.
Hey, there's so many voices in my head right now.
While Elijah works it out, Alex, what about yourself, sir?
What for Harry?
Yeah.
For me, yeah. Do you know what it is about Harry? I have to add context to Harry's one. The
Yeah,
price.
you tell us. I hope you're not going to talk about the hip injury because I'll
No.
from the space.
Come on, man. How many footballers play with injuries every week, man? That's not even I don't even want to hear that. So my point is, yeah, they have to add context, like his price, the struggle we went through to get him. Like Ollie was smiling like he bought a Ferrari. It was mad. So what I'll be real with, after adding context, he was no more than a 4 this season. Most expensive defender in the world. Nah, no way. Sorry. No way. 4. For me, he's been so much of a he's been good. He's been okay, but he's been a letdown. I expected way more from Harry. I can't lie.
How about you, Nikki?
I'm in between a 5 and a 6. But
nice.
that Chelsea game, I was nearly thinking 2 because he pissed me off. I was fuming.
Okay,
but
should we give him a 5?
I would personally give him a 6, but the group can give him a 5. Like, I'd be happy with it.
We'll give him a 5. Luke Shaw, everyone's favourite left back. He's gonna outlive us all.
Luke got to get a 5.
Yeah, he's been better than
That's
them.
harsh.
He's been
That's
better
harsh.
than
He hasn't, though. He
Maguire.
hasn't. That's the thing. He hasn't.
He has.
Luke
Man.
is a nothing player. But
They're
listen,
worse than
6.
They're
but
worse than
shall I
Luke.
tell you why, though? Luke
Sure.
had a good stint, at left centre back. How many games was that? Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then post lockdown, when he come in post lockdown at left back, he had a good 3 or 4 games before he got injured. I'm not giving him more than a 5 for what 8 or 9 good games.
You're not going to say he was crap in all the other games, man.
He was okay.
He was okay. Maguire and Lindelof, for the most part, are worse than okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, on Maguire's good days, Maguire's good days have been better than Shaw's good days.
Give me 3 Maguire good days.
Mate, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, we're gonna give Luke Shaw a 6 out of 10. Matic.
Ooh.
Shaw was a
7.5
5.5 for me. I don't like that.
7. Oh, you said Shaw's a 5.5.
7.5.
Matic 7.5, yeah?
Yeah, Matic is 7.
7.
For me.
Like, I don't
He saved
think
our season slightly.
He saved our season.
People do not understand the influence this guy has had on our defense is crazy.
Yeah, 7.5.
It is like,
even though he's a bum, yeah, he saved our season.
He's a bum who starts more than 5 games in a row. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Okay, cool. Bruno.
I wanna hear everybody score first.
7.5 as well. Bruno got 7.5 because when he first come, he was actually really good in terms of general play. Post lockdown, and that's obviously due to fatigue. No, but it wasn't as bad as he is now.
No, he wasn't as bad as he is now.
I wouldn't call him good though.
But he was normal and he was getting contributions. I'm fine with that. But when you're playing like you were yesterday, and like you can't play that bad and think you can score a goal and it's all sweet with you. Nah.
It's not all sweet with Elijah, you know.
It's not. You can't play that bad and be like it's all calm. Like that's nah. But to be fair, I think with him, I think we are harsh on him because I think we see the commentators and pundits, they hype him up so much. Like we have to drag him down a bit. But I think he has been generally what we missed in terms of like week to week watching Pereira really took years off my life, man. Like that guy is one of the worst people just to walk the earth. Like he makes me sick. So just having Bruno here and being able to like have that man in the final third who can play that quality pass, I'm gonna give him an 8.
You're gonna give him a what?
I'm gonna give Bruno 7.5.
So you said an 8, Elijah. Seb said a 7.5. Nikki?
8.
Alex?
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.5.
He loves it.
Because
let's say 8. Let's say 8. You're 8.5 and Seb 7.5 plus these two's 8. Let's say 8. Yeah. Pogba.
Jesus.
The thing is with Pogba, it's hard because he's been out for this season.
Just judge him on the games he's played, Gaffer.
I don't know because
when it starts, it's hard. That means it's not good, is it?
Pogba's gonna get a young 6, man. Pogba's gonna get a young 6.
Because the thing is, the thing is that it's not just post lockdown because he did play games before lockdown, and I'm thinking of that Chelsea game. He was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. But he got. I'll give him a 5.
A 5, did you say?
Yeah, 5.
A 5. What did you say, Nikki?
I'll give him a 6.
Alex?
Yeah, 6, man.
And Seb?
6.
Wow. So let's go with a 6 out of 10 for Pogba. Rashford.
Sorry, Eli's background is killing me.
Yeah, I know. Rashford. Seb? Respect yourself, please.
No, 9.5.
Okay, so Alex have been some normality to proceedings.
No, but look at them.
No.
It's brazy. If
you're gonna give Bruno 8,
I know what you're gonna say. And it's mad. That's why. Okay, cool. 8 for Bruno. Rash has to be a 9 Rash has been clear of Bruno's was. I have to say that because really and truly, Bruno's brought stats. Rash has brought performance and stats. So yeah, I have to give him a 9.
Some of Bruno's rating is his impact though.
Yeah, and what he's done for us since he came, 100%.
Right.
Thing is with
What
Rashford
Nicky
is the
said,
fact that
some of Bruno's rating is his vibes. I respect that, Nicky. Yeah, go on, Elijah.
But the thing is with Rashford, yeah, like he was actually playing with bums, and that's the best I've seen him play in like ever. Like that Spurs game is,
Oi.
I think that's the best individual performance I've seen from an outfield player at United since Mata versus Liverpool. Like it was crazy. Like
He
from the
was
first
going
minute,
mad. He was going mad.
from the first minute, you can tell he saw Mourinho on the touchline and said, "You know what? I'm doing my thing today."
Every Spurs player had Mourinho's face.
He was the way he kicked that ball when he hit the bar. Yeah. He was even mad.
So you giving him what rating? Are you giving him?
I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9.
Yeah. Okay. Nicky.
Oh, I'll go with. I'll give him a 9.
Give him a 9 as well. Yeah. Cool. All right. Tony. 9 a.m. for those who don't know. 9 a.m. for the uninitiated.
Hey, it's always 9 a.m.
What are you giving him though? What score are you giving him?
9
12 out
for
of
9
10.
a.m.
What did you say, Seb?
9 for 9 a.m.
Right. No, well, you'll be getting your agenda episode on the Patreon. Don't try and reel it back. Don't be trying to reel it back now.
It's 9 a.m. baby.
Nicky, how about yourself?
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10.
my
Yeah,
God.
respectable.
This is why
Alex,
I do what I do.
Martial,
I
I
know.
see.
Alex, what are you giving him?
Martial can get a solid 9 as well, to be fair.
You lot are taking a piss. Elijah?
I'm gonna give him.
Thank you, Elijah. Before
Listen, because-
the lockdown, we were week on week, we were either rating him or dissing him. Rating him or dissing him. Rating him or dissing him. Like I said, that's 76% of the season, yeah? You can't have a hot 10 games or whatever. That's 8 games, 9 games, and you lot jump him from a 7 to a 9. You lot are mugging
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Go on,
Yeah.
tell us why, Alex. Go
Let
on,
me tell you
talk
why
to
in the
us.
most simplest form, yeah?
Please,
Because
English would be the most simple.
Trust me, don't worry. These are of the bluest dial. Listen, I'll be real. When it mattered, Martial stepped up. Like,
what does that actually mean?
No, Mariah,
It means a lot.
What does that mean though? Because you only get yourself. Hold on. You only get yourself into the position that we're in through an accumulation of failures up until that point. So every time we didn't pick up, every time we drew instead of winning, every time we lost instead of drawing, those points, the fact that we got third place with 66 points, if let's say 3 of our draws were wins instead, and you're picking up an additional 6 points, we're not having this conversation. We're not having to go to the last day. So when you say he put it on when it mattered, can you please really break that down for us? Really break that down, because he had some scary games. But continue.
No, that's facts. And every game can't be a 10 out of 10 or even a 7 out of 10. And that's fair, yeah? But what I'm saying is when it mattered, like when we needed the point, like, cool, what has happened in the past has happened in the past. We can't fix that now. We can only do what we can do now. And he came to do what he could do now. Let's be real. If we didn't make top 4, who would we be blaming? We'd be blaming Oli.
I'd be blaming you.
Hey, we would 100% blame Martial. 100.
You think so?
Well, one of the people will blame is Martial. Because
I think the people that got blamed: Pogba, Maguire, DDG, Martial would have been in there still.
He would have been in there.
I think Bruno would have gotten away with it though.
He would have got away with it.
Yeah, the thing is, he would have gotten away with it, but he would have been to blame.
He would have been to blame.
That performance against Southampton and West Ham, people think I forgot. That guy was scary. That guy was scary.
He would have gotten away with it, but he would have been to blame. I respect that. That's why you're on here, Elijah. You're giving that content. This is what the people need to understand. Cool. So yeah, Alex, sorry, I digress. So you're saying he came up clutch when it was necessary, yeah?
Yeah. And you see how Rashford is not 100%, yeah? Even for me personally, he's not 100%, yeah? He said, okay, cool. How can I maneuver so make sure that Rashford doesn't have to, because they love doing the running off each other thing, the 1-2 nice tricky stuff but he didn't have that. Rashford wasn't really running post lockdown and like that. So he's made it work. He still scored his goals. He still got his 17 league goals, I believe. Like best scoring season in the Man United shirt. I'm happy. Wow. I'm happy.
Giving him a 9. I think giving him a 9 is a disrespect to Rashford and a disservice to Martial.
Just about to say that. Just about to say that. Yeah, give him an 8. Give him. Yeah, I'm revising mine for 8, and the 8 is
even an 8.
No, it's high.
8,
but shall I tell you why? Yeah, shall I tell you why? He got our first hat trick as well, like which was a big thing. Like he done his thing, man. And he added new aspects to his game, bro. Like things that wasn't even the goals. It was more so like just that all stuff. He actually took us over the line with a few other players. So I gotta give him like a 8 for that, man.
I'm loving it, Seb. None of this is gonna get you into Martial FC, but I'm loving it.
I tried my best. I was 6. I tried my best.
What about you, Nikki?
I'm not really liking Elijah's tone, if I'm honest. I don't like it.
I can't lie.
Look at you.
Fam, it's hurting me. But the thing is, with me is that because I rate Martial so much, him being like this is just like, this is what I expect of.
I like calm. This is it. This is all I've been talking about all this time.
Jamie, this is what I'm saying. Martial will play like if it's up front. Like he will be he will hold up play. He will link it up. He will be a threat in behind. But the thing is, the reason why it's been better for me post lockdown is the fact that the things that I want to see, where if he makes a run, he will keep on making that run, even if the ball's not coming to him. Especially versus Leicester, he kept making the run, even though the ball's never come to him. He held it up so well. So those things is why I'm thinking, yeah, I understand, but it's just like the whole season he had to do different things. Like there was times in the season where he basically had to be like a false 9 because he had to be our 10 and our 9.
Our 9, yeah.
So it's like it's difficult, but it's like you just have to take it in the whole context of everything. Whereas like it's been good. But to say he's been a 9, because I can't give him the same as Rashford, because when he had this, when he had the same conditions as Rashford, he didn't perform as well. So when he had no Rashford, no Pogba, no Bruno, that month that's the worst he's been all season versus Burnley, versus Liverpool, versus Wolves. Shocking performances where people are actually saying we need to get another. Then Bruno comes in, he starts to pick up goals, starts to pick up performances and stuff like that. So that's why I can't give him the same rating as like a Bruno or Rashford, because he's not had that impact. He's done well when it's around good players, but when it's just been him, he flattered to deceive a bit. So yeah, man.
And I love that rating because he's just loading. He's just loading.
Yeah, exactly.
If it wasn't for Jose Mourinho, he's having this season 2 years ago. So progression is not linear, Ally. Progression is not linear, but he's there now.
Martial. This is normal Mama Martial. Just give him games to do this. This is what he does every single day. That's calm.
Facts. Nikki, unless you want to add anything more, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10.
I ain't trying to hear that, but anyway.
Cool. Mason Greenwood.
Who?
Mason Greenwood.
I thought you said Nathan. I was like, yeah. 8. Is 8 fair?
Yes, I feel like it is. He didn't play very much before the lockdown. And for me, we're really... How many goals has he scored since we've come back? Is it 6? League goals, that is.
5?
2 against Bournemouth.
1 against Brighton.
One against Brighton, 1 against West Ham. Who else did he score against?
That's it, right?
I think he got another Southampton. No, who scored against Southampton?
Southampton was Rashford and Martial.
Oh, Rashford and Martial.
Let me pull up his stats. But I just feel like he scored the vast majority of his goals when we came back. His league goals, anyway.
So he scored 1 against.
That could be wrong, but it's just a feeling. Cool. So he got 1 against West Ham. He got 1 against Villa. He got 2 against Bournemouth. He got 1 against Brighton.
Yeah, 5.
Cool. He got 5. Yeah. So he scored half of his league goals for us since the lockdown. And like Seb said, we need that player who can grab a goal or do something out of nowhere. And he scored some big goals for us in big moments where nothing was really going on. So I wouldn't be mad at an 8, to be honest with you. But yeah,
he took us to Champions League. When you think about games that, again, as I said, we shouldn't be winning, or the momentum swings. Like he was individually swinging the momentum in our favor. So yeah, he definitely deserves an 8 for that.
Yeah,
I give him an 8 as well.
I think 4 out of those 5 goals were important. In fact, every single goal was important in the Champions League run, where he got the goal versus Brighton was the opener. The first goal versus Bournemouth was to draw us level. The second goal versus Bournemouth was taken to 4-2 because they just brought it back to 3-2. The goal versus Villa just took away from Villa as well. Then the goal versus West Ham,
Brought us level.
draw as well. So like every single goal he scored has been important. So
Agreed.
yeah.
That West Ham goal especially, because we did not look like we were going to do.
Nothing was
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
That's all. Like we didn't. I want to say, did we create a chance in that game? Like, obviously,
we
that's a
didn't.
goal.
That was the only chance.
That was the best one of the lot, man. That was quality with him and Tony, man. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's our starting lineups ratings. Let me go through some of the substitutes. Daniel James.
Let's go. 2. I'm
3.
joking. 3.
What?
But he hasn't been worse than De Gea, to be honest.
Okay, 4.
Here's the bar. Here's the bar. On
That's
4.
true. It's a
So
4.
what score did De Gea get then?
De Gea got 4.
That's high then, because he's lost us over 12 points.
I said a 2. That's what I said, a 2. That guy has been shocking.
He's lost us bare points, you know.
This guy.
12 is 4 games, bro.
No. It's more than 12, bro. Don't even sleep on it.
Is this a stat? Is this a stat?
Yeah, I've seen the stat. I saw a stat, that said De Gea is at fault. Like, De Gea's performance has cost us about 15 to 18 points. I saw it earlier this week. I'm sure.
Season.
Yeah.
Watford.
I'm sure of it. Let me check.
Watford, Everton, Spurs.
That's
at least 6.
That's 6. 15's a lot, Alex, man.
I know.
No, you said Watford, Everton, Spurs, so that's 9.
That's 9.
Because
we got 1 point in each game, so it cost us 6.
No. So we lost versus Watford, but it was no at the time. So
3-2. Okay,
Aston Villa.
7. What did you do against Villa? What in the
At
two?
home.
But even if we go on to get a draw,
Palace.
Palace.
if we
so
go on
nice
to get
to
a
Villa,
draw,
Palace,
he still
Palace,
cost us
sorry.
to win.
He cost us
Palace,
2 points.
Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it costs us 2 points. Yeah, so that's like 8 or 10. That guy he threw the ball in the net versus Watford. That is worth like 6 points just on his own, man.
On March the 1st, De Gea had made mistakes leading to 7 goals, bro.
Yeah, but points though. Goals leading to points. Because
Maybe it was
obviously,
goals,
what if it makes it? Your head got hot, man.
I was just hot,
I'll tell you, 15 points is a lot of points for your mistakes to lead to still.
What's the difference,
cool.
man?
Which is a lot, actually. So, Daniel James, what are you giving him?
Yeah, 4.
4.
A 4, yeah? We say it was equal to DDG, yeah?
That boy is booty butt cheeks, man.
Oh, man.
Wow, he's gotten worse, this man. What was I going to say? Cool. What are you giving Fred?
5.
4.
You look okay. Let's see if you have got some sense. Thank you, Nikki. Go on.
I say 6.
Fred, 6.
You know what's mad?
4.
Mad.
Because for the
Is
vast
that
majority of the season, he was having a good season.
Oh yeah, he was.
People were saying this guy might be player of the season. You know?
Yeah. Fred
not.
turned it around still. Yeah. 6.
That guy for me has just been average throughout.
Yeah. 6. He had some good performances.
He had some decent performances, but he's like enough. So 5, man.
It's true, because Pogba was missing, and some fans were saying we can sell Pogba.
Exactly. You see the difference as soon as Pogba came back. You saw a difference. Like he was doing decent, but he wasn't great. Like 5, 5 for me anyway.
5 for me as well. Yeah.
5 for Freddy. What do you think, Nikki?
I want to say something about fans, but let me not alienate listeners. So, I give him a 6.
Okay. And Seb.
Because I don't like him, I'll go with the lower score, so I'll give him a 5.
Don't you like him?
No.
So he's been equal in level to Maguire and Lindelof, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking, innit? Just double checking. How about Pereira?
Oh my god.
I wanna.
That's stuff I got like
Nah,
Remember,
surely
you lot
he
gave
must be a-
DDG. You lot gave DDG a 4 in it. Remember
Nah,
that?
surely
He's
Pereira
worse.
must be a
Sorry.
3, blood. Yeah,
This
he's
guy
the worst.
coming in
worse.
squinting again.
AP was rubbish, man.
AP
Rubbish.
was shocking.
Well,
He's
yesterday he
squinting
posted on
again, you know.
Insta during the game.
Hey, this is stop swagging on us. Come on, allow it, man.
From ball, bro.
Come on, man.
Came out from ball. What you not saying, yeah?
We're rating our players for this
Why is
season.
your background on Mourinho?
Because of third.
Yeah, what you not giving Pereira?
Pereira's getting a young 3 still.
Getting a
You're
3,
saying he's
bro.
worse than DDG?
Nah, Pereira
Absolutely.
was shocking.
Wow. Okay. And Disu, what are you giving Pereira?
1.
Okay,
No cap.
three
No
will-
cap.
3 will suffice.
Pereira was shocking.
Just to bring you up to date, DDG 4 out of 10, Wan-Bissaka 7 out of 10,
I think that's
Lindelof,
fast from Bissaka. I think that's fast from Bissaka.
Lindelof 5 out of 10, Maguire 5 out of 10, Shaw
5.
6 out of 10, Matic 7.5 out of 10, Bruno 8 out of 10, Pogba 6 out of 10, Rashford 9 out of 10, Martial 7 out of 10, Greenwood 8 out of 10, Daniel James 4 out of 10, Fred 5 out of 10, Pereira 3 out of 10.
Also, question: how did Rashford get 9 and Martial get 7?
Rashford
Listen.
was a top player for what bigger percentage of the season?
Because he'll score penalties.
Allow it, come on.
Yeah.
That guy moving like an Arsenal fan.
So I'm on your side. I'm on your
When I
side.
disagree with something, I just have sickness what I make things sound so shit, even though I don't believe it like that. I just can't help it. Help it. No, but Rashford 9 out of 10 is an absolute liberty.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, come
He
on, man. He
deserves
put the
it.
team
He
on. He put the team on his back.
There's no way Martial should get 7 if Rashford got 9.
Yeah,
Bro,
Martial
no.
7,
What was not
down
okay?
his team.
No. This is good. I love this. What are you giving Martial's first 29 or 20-odd games in the league out of 10?
20. How many has he played? 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say 7.5. I thought
Hey,
no, because he was.
Jesus.
Well, so
Bro,
is this
every
before,
week. This is
before lockdown. This is before lockdown, right?
this is before
Yeah.
lockdown. We're talking about. What are you giving
Remember
those
before
performances?
lockdown, he already started to play a bit better.
He did, but I feel like Martial every week it was 1 week he played well, next week 1 week he was very inconsistent before lockdown.
That was okay. Before injury, he was good.
Mhm.
When he came back, he was pretty inconsistent. But I think we're lying for pretending that Rashford was consistent all the way throughout. Rashford has a 6-game stretch where that's where the voices are flying. A certain man, I'm not gonna name names. Rashford shit as well. So
Certain man was saying 8 goals. Certain man was saying Rashford 8 goals for the season.
I can't buy it.
I buy it when he scored like 3 times that. I still stand by it.
I repeat it next year. That's a lucky charm, man. That's a lucky charm. 8 goals,
Cool.
man.
All right, we'll keep going. McTominay.
Wait. Bruno got 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
mainly for the vibes.
I'm not picking that one.
McTominay. Elijah.
I'm gonna give him a 0.
Whoa.
I agree.
You're not doing too much. What about that goal against Arsenal?
Nah, come on,
no,
man.
man. What about go and get City as well?
Come on, man.
Arsenal and City.
Scott,
I want
saying that.
him.
I'll give him a half out of 10 then.
Arsenal and City. Come on.
You look,
Yeah.
opposition are licking their lips when they see McTominay in the starting lineup.
I gave him a 5. I gave him a 5.
Come on, man. I think come on, Elijah and Nicky.
5,
Sort
man.
yourself
All
out,
right, cool. 4.
Yeah, it's a 14. It's a
5.
14.
I'll give him a 4.
Nah, let's give him 4.5 then, yeah? 4.5 out of 10. Cool. What about Mata?
That
I want to
doesn't
talk about
play for us.
Played, man.
He doesn't play football for us.
He's a humanitarian.
Not non-applicable, yeah?
He doesn't play football for us.
What about Jesse?
Oh, come on, man. That's a 3, man. 2.
He barely played as well, but yeah, he can get a young 3.
How can
You know what? I'm gonna give him a 5 just for the goal.
The goal.
How can Jesse get a 3? He was completely and utterly useless.
Yeah, he didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't play.
So what, right? You want lower than 3?
Yeah.
5, man, 5.
No way. He was.
No, I get no
Pereira
foul.
can't be getting threes, and Lingard getting
To
a
be
foul.
fair, they played the
I
same.
Lingard
agree.
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Lingard
agree.
did nothing to distinguish himself from
Yeah,
Pereira.
they played the
Hey,
same.
that's
3 out of
scary,
10,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a free, man.
Cool. All right. So with that being said, yeah, I know there's other players I missed, but don't really care. So top 3 players, we've got Rashford, 9 out of 10. We've got Bruno, 8 out of 10. We've got Greenwood, 8 out of 10. How do we feel about those 3 being our top 3 players of the year?
That's outrageous.
Yeah,
I
it's hard.
personally think Martial should be there,
Bruno
but
only
anyway.
got it for a technicality, man. Just because he came in Jan. If Bruno had come in September, hey, God
He'll
knows
be on,
what
he'll be on a
Okay,
God
five.
knows
hold on,
what his rating would be.
Be on a
Hypothetical. If Juno, you know, if Bruno had come in August, whatever, how many points would we have finished the season with?
We would have finished higher, but
Yeah.
his performances would have been mental. Like as
Bro,
in, yeah, he would have been struggling.
in that Christmas period, playing 2 games. Hey,
Oh my God, Bruno would have
hey.
Bruno would have been finished, bro. But we would have
Bruno
definitely
would have been
finished higher.
passing to the fans. He would have been passing to me, bro.
Yeah.
Well, shit, where's Elijah? What, South, yeah? Where's Elijah?
Hey.
South, yeah? All right,
So,
calm.
yeah, Bruno would have been disgusted, but we definitely would have had more points.
He would have had more points, but yeah, I mean,
Like-
he would have been like a
Okay,
7.
let's break it down. So Rashford's definitely our player of the year, yeah?
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
Okay, Rashford's player of the year. Who do you feel should be in the top 3 who isn't in the top 3 out of Bruno and Greenwood?
Martial.
Martial,
And I think
yeah?
And Wan-Bissaka.
Look at this, he's not talking too much still.
That guy put him and Rashford.
Yeah, go on.
For the whole season, and I'm hearing Bruno.
Yeah. Their stats are very similar as well. Like Rashford and Martial, yeah. If you look, it's
basically the
ridiculous.
same.
It's
Yeah, the
ridiculous.
difference is that Rashford has 75 pence.
Hey, Sebi, come back here, boy.
No. Rashford's my guy. I just wanted to throw that out there. You get me?
If I speak on Martial,
Listen,
Fam,
you're still trying to get yourself
Rashford,
You're still
hey.
trying to get yourself into Martial FC.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm just being quiet because the Martial FC guys are on me still. They don't want to let me in the crew. So, yeah,
So
man.
you guys want to put Martial second, yeah?
Mm.
Is that unanimous, Elijah?
Yep.
Fair enough.
Okay.
It would be. I'm still disappointed with Wan-Bissaka's score. It would be out of him. And
I think across the 38 games, do you think Martial's had a better season than Wan-Bissaka?
Easy.
I love the way you use your words, Disu. Everything's always easy. Everything's always calm. Everything's always calm.
Me
Everything's all calm. Okay.
Back of the net.
You put, an average right back with Maguire and Lindelof, yeah? How many points do we finish with, sir?
Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Jesus Christ.
We actually end up like Arsenal.
Any other season, I agree with you, yeah? Where you see the Chuckle Brothers and centre back,
was locking it down. I'm not even gonna lie.
Just locked that whole right hand side down.
Yeah, he
so
locked the whole right down. Yeah,
'cause
I'm not.
if those crosses were coming in and that cross was Lindelof,
I remember he was locking it down, and for 70% of the season, he was playing with Daniel James. So let's go.
fam.
You know what?
That's tough.
And we had no DMs.
You know
And we
what?
had no DMs.
Y'all won.
Yeah, no, Wan-Bissaka is got to be up there
Wan-Bissaka
for me, man.
Yeah.
So Wan-Bissaka,
really well.
are you having him second or third?
Probably second.
Well,
Okay.
his dribbling kills me though.
Yeah,
Fam.
but let's not talk too much on that.
Let's not
That's
talk
what you
about
call
that.
it.
We'll talk about
That's what you
that. We'll talk about that off pod. We'll talk about
Off pod, still.
Man's doing
And then,
skilling, bro.
Martial third. Yeah, okay, I can't be mad at that. Cool. So we've kind of dealt with this season. Now, obviously, the mighty have fallen badly. The fact that we are in a position where we're having to celebrate just getting fourth on the last day tells you how far we've fallen from the usual
Third
standards
place.
that we whatever, man. It all stinks. Anything that's not first stinks, bro. So how far we've fallen from the usual standards. So let's talk about going forward, what you want to see happen. So there was a tweet that went out today. Supposedly we bid £98 million for a certain Jadon Sancho. Certain man was saying we should get other players. Certain man was hopping in people's mentions, disturbing them. So with that being said, let's talk about this summer and what you guys want to see. So first of all, how many signings do we need for you guys to go into next season? Okay, no. let's strip it back. Before signings, what should be our target for next season? Considering how this season has gone with all the context included, so the
I
players
feel like
are out.
a better points total.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so if we got 66 points this season, how many points?
80 minimum. 80 points.
I
minimum.
think 75 would be calm.
75. Disu, can you agree with 75?
It's quite difficult to assess points because it depends on what other points everybody else gets.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So if 5 man get 80, then 75 ain't gonna
No, it's not gonna. Okay, this is interesting because I think it was Timmy, and he's not here. Obviously, we got 66 points last season, but we finished what, 5th or 6th?
Sixth.
I think sixth. Yeah.
Shit.
I think a lot of the time we attribute how well the season's gone to where we finish relative to other teams. But let's talk about just us specifically. How many points? Forget how everybody else does. How many points we pick up based on our own performance? How many points should we be aiming for next season?
Well, I think we shouldn't be. We lost 8 games this year.
Was it 8? Yeah.
Yeah, we should be looking to get that
I think
down
it was
to
9.
9. Okay, should be looking at get down to like 6.
Yeah,
6 to
5 or 6.
5 or 6, and then also the draws. Like,
Wow.
we should have a dominant home record where 19 games we're getting at least 15 wins, bro.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying?
lost 8 games, drew 12 games.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
12 fucking
That's
games.
awful.
Jesus.
That is awful.
12. I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to cut them draws by half.
That's 24 points. Fuck.
We need to cut them draws by half, man. I'm not even gonna
I
lie.
mean, you add 12 points to that, and you've already got
Yeah.
78.
And then look at our home record, yeah? Okay, so our home record, we were 4th in home record. We won 10 out of 19 games at home. That's pants.
That's
Oh,
That's rubbish.
God.
We drew 7 at home.
Who's 7? You see, that's the problem.
Mm.
That's the problem.
But remember, one thing I do say is that we played the majority of the season with AP, Lingard, and Tom
and Mourinho.
in midfield.
So
Who
I'm
started this
thinking-
season with Mourinho?
Was that last
Yeah,
season?
Ali. Yeah, Ali.
Oh, yeah,
this
I'm with
Hey,
you.
you're finished.
That do-rag's on your head too tight, man.
Hey.
So
So-
our away record, even though it's 5th in the wow, Southampton had the 3rd best away record in the league. That's
Yeah.
yeah. So looking at our away record, we won 8 out of 19 away games.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Nah.
And this is even worse. So, for example, goals for at home, we scored 40 goals at home. Away, we scored 26. So that's a big drop in goals. Our goal difference away from home was +7. But to be fair, the league's goal difference is just terrible. Like,
Yeah.
Man City and Liverpool are the only teams with a double-digit goal difference. But yeah, we're bad. That's bad. So you can't be losing 6 games away from home. Like, nah.
So if we say 66, we got 66 this season. Rashford missed time, Pogba missed time, Bruno came in January, Martial missed time. Lingard had to play quite a big part for the early parts. Daniel James, Pereira, McTominay, Matic didn't come in until midway through the season. We got 66 points. How many points should we be trying to get next season?
80.
Min.
80 is bare minimum.
75 to 80.
Yeah.
Let's say-
I think
let's say
75.
minimum 75, yeah?
Minimum
Cool.
75.
Now let's talk about how we get there. So first, like I mentioned earlier, a supposed 98 million euro bid for Jadon Sancho was rejected. Let's go around the room, see how you lot feel. Elijah, should we be paying the fees needed to secure Jadon Sancho?
Yeah, I think we should. I understand people's gripes in terms of with that type of money you can go get £250 million players, but I think with the approach we have, so for example, they compare us to Man City and say Man City regularly get players in the 40 million, 50 million type, but they're going to be coached by Pep Guardiola, whereas we have a manager who is not the best tactically, not the best coach. So we do need top quality players, so that limits us in terms of the players that we can go for. So in terms of, we desperately need someone for that right hand side, and we desperately need someone of like Sancho's type of player, because you've seen with Bruno, Pogba, they're as good as they are creatively, they do lack a certain technical security where they will risk a pass, and that risk has the chance of it just constantly breaking down. Whereas with someone like Sancho, that risk just isn't there. Like his decision making is just very, I wouldn't say safe, but if he does make that risky pass, it will get through. And having that with the players that we have as well, it will complement it so much. And he's just perfect in terms of being a perfect dovetail where he is a creative right winger. So it means that like Rashford doesn't have to concentrate as much on the creative side as we've seen post lockdown, because we've had Marshall and Greenwood who have been more goal orientated. So we've seen Rashford kind of drop into this more creative role. If you have Sancho there, we'll have Rashford going back to be more goal orientated and see how he was in the first half of the season. But yeah, I think people are too hung up on that idea of trying to improve the squad, whereas we need quality. And we've seen with how Liverpool got there, where it wasn't just about the squad. They got the quality first, and then now they have the quality. They're thinking about how can we add to the squad in terms of having backup to the quality players. So if we get Sancho, then we have a amazing front three, and then in the future or even this summer, if we get Grealish, we have someone who's great backup. We have Grealish and Greenwood there. So I don't get this idea of like we have to limit how much we spend on Sancho just in case because it'll be so much money. Like if we need a player, then we gotta get a player. This is not someone like Maguire where it's like he's just an okay player. This is like Sancho is incredibly. He's got like 20 assists and like 13 goals in Bundesliga when he's 20 years old. He's taken the league for a piss take, and he's 20 years old, and he can only get better. So it's easy. Just sign him up. I really don't care how much.
Cool. I feel like you just said what Disu would say, so I'm not going to talk to Disu. Seb.
Sancho's got 20 goals. Wow.
Did he?
Yeah, he's got 20 goals.
20 goals, 20 assists.
Yeah. Well, he's got 20 goals in all comps. He's got 17 goals in the league.
Okay. So yeah, Seb, what are your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, no, my thing was just like, cool. Like when you look at our current budget, it just depends on what the club's objectives are. So if the club's objectives are to get into the top four comfortably and then build again on the following season to challenge, then go buy Jadon Sancho. That makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Spare no expense or whatever. But for me, I feel like with the money for Jadon Sancho, you actually may have a chance of competing. So I feel like there are players out there that may be, I don't know, maybe the tier below Jadon Sancho, but I feel like given the platform, they could do as well. So again, like people like Marcus Edwards, who I feel like is an absolute madman, like is
he looks
top.
sick.
He is a top baller, but just needs the platform to actually, go and be world class or whatever. So players like that who we were linked with for 20 million, do you know what I mean? And other players, I feel like we could actually build out the squad. But listening to Elijah and hearing his points and his reasons, I kind of understand it. My thing is, I'm always skeptical because we've done this before, but I feel like we haven't done it before because Sancho is 20. So Sancho's 20 and he has the super stats to back it up, and he kind of passed the eye test in it. So even if kind of his productivity drops a little bit from Germany, he's still going to give you 10 goals, 10 assists minimum. Do you know what I mean? Just minimum. So I kind of get that. I'm jaded, innit? So we bought Rom for 80 million, it didn't work. Do you know what I mean? We bought Pogba for 90 million, whatever. We bought Di Maria
put your name on it. You bought Pogba for 90 million, didn't work. Yeah,
it didn't work. We bought Di Maria for 67 million, didn't work. We bought Maguire for 80 million, it's not working. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we've been through this before. So that's where my skepticism comes from, is that we've done this before and we actually have a chance with the budget, with the Champions League, with player sales now. This is actually the first time where we can sell a group of players and get a decent amount of money for them. So with the player sales plus our budget, I just feel like it would be it would be the smart decision to build up the squad. But yeah, with what Elijah says, I guess that kind of makes sense. And
Two
fuck it, man.
schools of thought. Is there anyone who agrees with Sebi? Because I think most people agree with Elijah, to be honest. Is there anyone else who agrees with Sebi, apart from me? No. Okay, cool. Silence. You're not normally the quietest bunch, so it's interesting, isn't it? So cool. Sancho comes in. What next?
We need 2 mids.
Oh, we need 2 mids, yeah. So 120 on Sancho. Who you bringing in, girl?
We need a defensive midfielder badly because Matic, like we said, he cannot play 5 games in a row. And we need someone to back up Pogba or Bruno, because if Bruno's going to continue to stink, if he's playing that many games, we need someone to come in. Or if Pogba's going to do what Pogba does, then we're going to need someone to come in.
What does Pogba do? Just so we have it on wax.
I don't need to give anyone any ammo. Pogba does stuff in it. That's it. So yeah, and we also need a left back because Shaw is ass. But we need a left-footed left back, obviously, and we need a centre back because I can't watch them 2 again. I can't do it.
So this is my thing, yeah, and this is probably why I'm closer with Seb when it comes to Sancho. Do you think in the same window we're going to spend 120 million on Sancho, bring in 2 adequate centre midfielders, an adequate left back, and an adequate centre back? So let's.
But even
if we
don't sign Sancho, we're not going to do that anyway. So bring him.
Okay, so if we don't sign Sancho, yeah, what does our window end up? So what do you think actually happens if we don't sign Sancho?
We'll buy a
scary stuff.
Let's do a butterfly. Let's do is it butterfly effect? Sliding doors.
Yeah,
the butterfly effect. So yeah, if let's have one pathway where we do sign Sancho, what does the rest of our summer look like?
We signed Harvey Barnes for £70 million, bro.
No, if we don't buy Sancho, yeah.
No. Let's do. We do buy Sancho first, and we'll do not.
By the way, yeah, there's a Daily Mail report that just come out now for some guy called Chris Wheeler. I don't know how legit he is. He's got minimum followers. It's not even popping like that. But it says he says Man United will refuse to meet Dortmund's 110 million asking price for Jadon Sancho. But clubs, but they still want him as a winger. But basically, they're saying that they don't want to pay double what Chelsea paid for Werner and double what Bayern paid for Sane, which is, understandable. But
it's not understandable.
You're using that logic.
You're
using that logic. You're using that logic with the same team that paid 80 million for Maguire. So it doesn't. You can't really.
Werner had a release clause, and Sane's last year
was in the last year's contract. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying anyway.
Do you think Bayern are paying 60 million or whatever it was for Sane in 4 years left in his contract? No, if you had 4 years left of contract, Bayern won't be able to get him. Period. I
think Sancho has 2 years left.
So Sancho has 2 years left.
2 years left.
It's 2 years left in his contract. That's why. That's why they're trying to ship him this summer, because they know next summer it's going to be a problem because the Madrids and Barcelona, there's going to be no coronavirus.
They'll pay 60 million. Man will pay 60 million for Sancho. Calm.
Exactly. So
it'll be a bidding war next summer.
That's why I think United need to do it now, because
exactly we need to do it now because next summer is peak.
It's peak. We have to do it now.
I don't think we're going to pay 110 anyway. I think we're going to do 80, 90.
Yeah, 90 is fair. 80, 90 is fair.
They rejected 98 today.
I mean, that's what I mean. That was like
how much is that in pounds?
Including add-ons. So it's like
there's 98 plus add-ons.
No. So that was including add-ons.
All inclusive. Okay.
So apparently they want 110 including add-ons. So I think it's just like the reports keep coming up that there's like a 10, 15 million, 20 million discrepancy between the two. So I think that'll get sorted. That'll get sorted quite quickly. To be fair,
I don't want another Maguire saga.
But this is another difference between Maguire because we're not waiting all summer. We signed Wan-Bissaka, then waited 8 weeks to sign Maguire.
Yeah, ridiculous. For the price they were asking for at the start, we can't do that.
We got
at least Sancho will be getting at the start.
In September, so they can't. They just need to stop doing this thing. Certain clubs, the pattern. Dortmund. Yeah. Dortmund held on to Lewandowski and let him go for free. Like, them man don't give a fuck, bruv. You pay or you can fuck off. Or if they want to move stingy, they'll move stingy. So, hey, what man wants. What's the point of waiting all this time? We're delaying man moving to different countries, getting settled in. Do you know what I mean? it's a waste of time. I think if what I want to ask you lot is, have you not seen the Grealish thing? I'm not sure if you spoke about it.
What,
Yeah.
80 million for Grealish?
Yeah.
I'm saying, man,
Absolutely not.
This is what I'm telling you, lot. This is what I'm telling you. When I'm saying Sancho and Grealish, same window. We're not getting them both. We're not getting both.
No.
but
Grealish is gonna go to the office, yeah, and start
Yeah.
flipping tables on the
that guy,
He needs to get
as
Mino in. He needs
soon
to
as
get
he
Mino
saw
in just
that
for this
report,
summer.
as soon as he saw that report, he drunk and then he drove. he was driving to the offices like he was during lockdown. He was
Same
like,
range,
nah,
Rover.
bro.
Same range, you know. Are you mad?
Same range. He was driving to the office saying, nah, bro.
rage, in rage, bruv.
Fam, 80 million. 80 million. He will shut down Birmingham, fam. He will shut that down himself.
I was slightly upset when they stayed up yesterday because I just said, "Oh my god, they're gonna practice out of Grealish."
I would have grabbed their whole midfield. To be fair,
what?
Yeah, all three of y'all.
Douglas, all of them, bring them.
Come through.
But
you know what? Yeah, I'd take McGuinn and Grealish.
That's
That's
100.
100. That's 120 M's right there. Boom.
That's 100, I reckon.
But that's a
50
lot
at
of problems.
McGinn's
That's a lot of
50.
problems. That's a lot of problems covered there.
We'll be sorted in the midfield.
Nah, Douglas. We need Douglas, blood. Or Partey.
Party after party.
Hey, what
Yeah,
about
because-
what about that Gabriel? Because I saw today that the little president said that the club will be picked next week.
What?
Yeah,
What
I
do you mean
think-
by that? Are we in for that? Because I heard he's very good. Elijah, have you watched him or seen
I've
anything?
not seen. I've not seen that yet.
How
I
about you,
can't lie.
Nikki?
I've seen him a little bit because I was watching Osimhen, but I think he's going to go
Napoli.
Napoli. I mean, I'd be happy to have him, but I think he's definitely going Napoli. I don't know whether because Duncan Castle's a bit hickey now. Like since Mourinho left and all that, he's not the most reliable anymore. Like he was saying, we were going to buy Fatty for how much? 100 million or whatever.
Yeah.
No, but I think see the thing is like them man, they get their gist from obviously the club and agents, innit? But
Yeah,
obviously, agents doesn't mean that he didn't hear that. It just means the information was higgy. So like
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
the type of thing that Mendes will do. Like, yo, listen, man will get your youth's name out there in the streets or have a pop in and that. Just watch how I do my thing. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of, you could tell when like, even the James Rodriguez stuff. Like, oh, man, not interested. No, it's just Mendes telling the man, yo, put the buzzer about, let my guy get out there.
It's true. You're right.
That's the thing with some of these man. Like, I just feel like sometimes they don't know what information not to give. Because if I was him and someone told me that Ansu Fati thing, United are going to be 100 million, I'm not going to put that out there because I know it's cap.
No way, man.
Yeah, but obviously he put it out there. I don't know, maybe try and get them streams and that. You know what I'm saying?
Because that guy's shameless. That guy's just shameless.
With Gabriel, I'm thinking, is it a thing where they've heard that the club on the left foot is centre back and they're just going through because Gabriel's really good, but I'm thinking because I'm seeing Ake's name and all this, and I don't know.
God forbid Ake.
Ake, please just go City, man.
Well, he's 5'11".
Nah, I'm not having a centre back under 6'1", man.
I don't think that Fabrizio Romano just tweeted Thomas Partey update. Also at the moment, listen to how broke the
Fucking hell, man. United go get a shoot,
offering 25 million euros plus one player. Atletico are mocked in capital letters. Going to sell Thomas for less than 50 million release clause. Arsenal told Atleti today they don't want to pay the whole clause. No agreement.
Mad thing.
But
he's right.
United, what are United doing? Look at
it. That's scary. Somebody's phone. Someone, come on, guys. We're professionals here. Someone's phone's ringing, man. None of you will admit it either. It's cool.
The one person that went on mute, blood.
Hit Moscato, man. Anyway, what was I going to say to you? Why aren't we in for Partey? Why aren't we in for him?
Because he isn't English. Because he isn't English. That's the reason why.
You could say that, Elijah, but I think it's more to do with the skin color, man. Hey, they don't want another Pogba, man.
Nah.
You know what? Do you know what I've been thinking? Yeah, and this has been in my thought, in my brain for like a couple of years. I feel the board have a quota, but they won't say it with how many black players can play for Man United.
I've been saying this.
I don't know. I'm not even saying it like a mad thing. I'm saying, bro, look, deep it. On a commercial level and like in regards to where we're situated and our fans, if all of our players are black, do you think that's gonna run?
If they're good, yes.
Just like Real Madrid. No, it's not. Even Real Madrid.
That is not going to run, bro.
Hey, we
That is not
got
going to
Lord Farrakhan and Dr. Umar going back to
Bam!
back.
That is not going to run.
I'm telling you, it's a real thing.
Big
It's a
guy,
real,
big
real
guy.
thing.
That's not
It's
going
a
to
This
real
is some Nation of Islam stuff, bro.
That's not going to run, brother. That's not going to run.
I'm telling you, bro. That's a real thing.
Oh man, yeah, well, I refuse to comment on that. Cool. So back to our regular scheduled programming. So Sancho for 120. Nicky's listed the other positions we need strengthening in. What else do you think we realistically bring in if we get Sancho, which I think we're going to do?
Centre back has
Manager.
been heavy.
Centre back, I reckon they're content with centre back.
No, but that's been like the strongest link other than Sancho is a centre back.
It's
So,
weird because
I wouldn't have said that, yeah, other than every single media outlet is saying United want a left-sided centre-back. Even the thing with Oli and Ake, oh, yeah, keep it up and, you know what I mean, we'll come in with you. I feel like United really want a centre-back. And I don't know why. I would rather...
I mean, we know why.
No, but I'd rather go for, with the money we have, I'd rather go for a DM, a right-winger, and a left-back first or something like that, rather than going for a centre-back. You've just spent 80 million on that. Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting.
What were you going to say?
I think
Nigel?
it's weird because it's like we've been linked with centre backs, but then today it came out that they're saying they have faith in Twanzebe.
Had that name in years, boy.
Yeah, they're saying they have faith in him and they want to see what he does.
Hey, send him to Villa as part of the Grealish deal. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean,
Villa fans are crying for him.
They
back,
love him.
You know? He
They
did
love
his
him.
thing.
bro,
They love him.
He was so good the season before, you know.
I feel like Twanzebe is good though, man.
If it was you guys, would you give him another? Obviously, when I say give him another chance, he's had a lot of injuries this season. Is he worth? Like, okay, let's see what he can do next season. Is he worth?
He is.
I think so.
Yeah, he is. He is.
But he is. But I'm a slut. Get me lit. If Villa want him, send him.
I said I'm a slut. Get me lit.
Get me lit. I'm on whatever, man. I'm on whatever. I'm on whatever, man. Listen, if we need to send him to get Grealish, I'm on that.
Okay, I guess. Yeah. What can I say? So, what is that? So, if let's say that happens, Seb, yeah, is that just a Sancho and Grealish window? Yeah.
No, because if we get to swap Twanzebe, we'll have the cash.
Offer me a Sancho Grealish window right now, or bite your arm off, Gav. Bro,
that is Vibes FC. Vibes FC.
Vibes.
You don't make me sick,
Maybe
man.
welcome to the
Vibes
The thing is,
FC.
that takes us up levels, bro. That takes us up levels, bro. I'm ready, bro. I'm on that.
Okay, so if we just get Sancho and Grealish, how many points do we finish with next season?
80.
We need a DM.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We
saying.
need a DM.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. Vibes.
Okay. Wait, do you think we can survive at left back though?
Yeah.
We can't.
Listen.
We ain't got vibes at left back though.
Shall I tell you something, yeah? Look at what Chelsea have done, yeah, from just having a good midfield. They've just had a good midfield and they've managed to get into top four and they've managed to just vibe. That's it. We will have a good midfield and a good attack. 80 points.
Pogba Grealish pivot. Just give it him.
Give it him.
Give it 10.
Hey, Maguire, yeah. Every single game, that guy is having a hip injury, bro.
Listen.
No, suffer.
I can't lie.
You don't kill me,
Nicky said something. Nicky said something, and it's so true. I was thinking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, we're talking about all these transfers and all that. That's all lovely, yeah. But we're in the Champions League now. We don't even have to go through qualification. We qualified, innit? Oli has got to go.
He's not going.
Let's stick within
the realms of things that are going to happen, man. Because obviously we'd all like him to go, but we know that's not happening.
You know, man, I was like, listen, I told you.
I told you.
I will pull up on him. What?
You know, too vibesy. You're not even answering my questions, man. All right, cool. So, with that
okay. What left back we gonna get though? Now, who's
Tell us. What's that name?
He's like 40.
Like Gaia.
Tell us. It's 40.
Yeah, Gaia.
How much is Gaia? Still about
Gaia,
the same, yeah?
I mean, Valencia are trying to ship off their whole squad, so I
Really?
think
Are they broke?
they have put up 40. They put up 14 man on the transfer list. Still, like
14?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Bro,
on that.
14 man on the transfer list, bro. They are trying to
Nothing.
they're trying to shift, man.
Yeah, we should try and
So-
bring him in, man. Listen, Luke Shaw's not so bad in it, but he's just not good enough. He's so good. He's so poor. He's not so bad, but he's not good enough that he's not annoying every game. Like, but he doesn't do. He's just like, ugh. He's just like there.
Nah,
like,
Shaw's the least of our worries, man.
like some people are saying, oh, what you know? I'm going to talk about Shaw's form since we came back. I was like, what
Same
Shaw are
here.
you not
Bro.
watching? What?
Have you seen that guy's first touch? He touches the ball with the sole of his foot every single time he gets the ball. Just like he's just trying to steady himself. It makes me
Luke
sick,
Shaw,
man.
He's hilarious.
It's not
man.
like he is trying to study himself. He's like, okay, I can make this pass. His brain works in sections. Like his brain can't do everything at once.
Nah,
Like,
it's actually true.
Luke Shaw's an idiot.
section boys.
Mourinho
Yeah?
was right.
Yeah, Mourinho's right.
Mourinho ain't
What did
lying.
Mourinho
He
say?
ain't
You're
lying.
right, you know.
Mourinho said that he was playing with my brain.
No, I'm telling you, Luke Shaw is one of the dumbest man in football. I'm telling you.
Dumb.
Nothing. Okay, cool. So thank you guys. You haven't really answered my questions about the transfer window, but
I
you
don't
know
remember
what?
what it was.
I know. We'll deal with that next. We'll deal with that next week. Just quick going round. Are we going to win the Europa League, Elijah? Yes or no?
Hey, I didn't even know, man. I don't even care anymore. I actually don't even care. No,
I don't mind coming out of that early so our players can rest. You know?
do you know what? I thought about it and I thought, you know what? That would be like a nice preseason for us.
A young pre-season.
Yeah, because if we get to the final, that is up to August, and then we will start in like late September.
It's mid-September. 12th
So,
September.
do you know this round here? Is it the round of 16 or the quarters that we're in currently?
It's a second round of 16.
It's around 16, so we have to play.
Quarter, semis, final. So we've got 4 games max.
Yeah.
And basically, none of our first team will play this game because we've got 5.
No, because we're 5-0 up. So
yeah, it'll be Pereira and them. So essentially, our first team could play the quarters.
3 more games.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's like a game every week. So
why not,
it's not
man?
that bad.
Why not?
We actually could bang it out, but it's just that I'm concerned about injuries and just overloading them.
If we make it to the final, though, they say it is end of September, isn't it?
Yeah, because if we
the
do make
final itself would be end of September.
No. If we make the final, then we start the Premier League late. So
your league gets pushed back. Okay. Yeah, why not, man? Let's get a trophy in for the boys, man.
That would actually be, but the thing is, I want Inter in the final. I want a Martial winner, and I want him to spit on Lukaku's chest. That's it. And
a lot of people. Let's talk on that real quick. Lukaku's had a very good season in Italy. I think it's 23 league goals. Inter 3rd or 4th. A lot of people.
They're second, I think. They're
second now. Yeah. A lot of people are saying.
No, third. Sorry.
I knew I was right, but I respect you. A lot of people like, boy, certain man are talking. Does anybody regret us selling Lukaku?
Nope.
Not one
No.
little tiny
So
nano
happy.
bit.
I have never been as frustrated as when Lukaku was up front. I like Ibra, so I wasn't even frustrated when Ibra was up front. I knew he was old. Elijah, I don't even know what you're doing.
Again, that's another agenda that we'll be putting on the Patreon to do.
Yeah, and Lukaku up front, like the first touch, the run, no running in behind Lukaku.
I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, I think
A 6'3" poacher.
The touch wasn't really the thing for me because you're just used to it. If a man could bang and has a higgy touch, I can forgive it. It's the fact that some of the runs where like Pogba or Martial or Rashford will be looking at him like, big man, why are you still there? Like I remember one game here. Like I remember Pogba and Martial was sticking it on Lukaku. They was telling him where to go, and they were looking at him like, "Is man all right?" Like that's the thing I couldn't deal with him, man. And also the fact that anytime he got into a wide channel, he'll just cross it without fail because he's got a quite decent cross. But sometimes, now we see when Martial and Rashford go out wide, they don't just cross the ball. They look, they see that, okay, can I cross it? Nah, let's retain it. Let's do another 1-2. And that's how we were able to sustain attacks. Greenwood as well. But with players like Daniel James, we saw early in the season, and then Rashford, Lukaku last season, I'll just cross the ball to one man in the box, and that one man is Rashford against, I don't know, like Jonku or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So and he's just getting dunked on. So it didn't make any sense. So yeah, I was more than happy for us to ship Lukaku. We didn't take an L on the transfer fee. He's doing well. We're doing well. Everybody wins.
Everybody's happy, man.
So I saw him get outjumped by a Aspilicueta once.
Oh,
Yeah, that was scary, man. That was
Had enough.
absolutely scary. He hasn't used his physicality enough. We didn't use it in the Prem, but he's doing a madness with it in Serie A.
And then
course he
Pochettino
is.
to put his arm out.
Seb said Koulibaly is just Bailly in Serie A. And I'm
Bring
inclined to believe it.
Bring
I'm
him.
inclined to believe
I
it.
told bro, listen, if you watch
Bring
my
that
man,
man.
yeah, if you watch my man properly, yeah, he's a sicko, man. He is as sick as Bailly, bro. Like, my man does some weird stuff in the box,
Have you
same
seen that
thing
video
as Bailly.
of Bailly online?
Yeah, bruv. He's a madman.
I have a
He's a
feeling-
Makes
man.
third man runs when no one's covering.
Yeah, he makes
Yeah.
he's a box-to-box centre-back.
Bro, like everyone calls him a box-to-box centre back. It's mad.
Like, it makes no sense what he does, but
Man can't do the Barclays. Vardy's chilling that space.
Yeah.
Vardy's waiting for my man to go do that, bruv.
Like Vardy and Ings and all them, man. But there's a couple ooters about in the
Couple
Premier League.
hooters, come on.
Not these. Hey, quickly about Serie A. Have you seen how many penalties they've had in Serie A this year?
Absolute
Bro,
madness.
globally, that guy has like 33 goals. He scored like 13 penalties, fam.
14.
That's scary.
Ronaldo 12 pens. Immobile 14.
Fucking
Well-
Is it because they've changed? They've got a slightly different penalty rule, haven't they? I think.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I heard it. Don't come allow me, man.
I just say I was in the bar.
I said, what do you mean? I was like, whoa, shit.
Whoa, but
I'm telling you.
Like, no, you lot don't really ask me to justify myself. You just keep doing that, yeah?
maybe it's because of VAR, though, isn't it?
Let's keep it on that wave still. Now, I think Juve and Real have been on the same hype as us, boy. Just what? They're not winning yet? I give them a penalty. What?
Hey,
I love it.
Nah, Madrid
love
are
it.
shameless.
It's
though.
funny in the group chat. I said, "Oh, the man them have we called it a penalty? 70th minute? Yo, pen." I was like, "Yeah. Woman made that call still. Heritage,
I love it.
heritage, bruv.
Football heritage, bro.
Madrid are shameless.
Reload it
bro.
for next season, yeah. Reload it for next season.
Reload all
run it
them
back,
pens
run it back.
Run it back, Turbo.
If Bruno didn't come in, Rashford would have got 40 goals this week.
Hey, I'm pissed about that, bro.
Yeah, I can't lie. I low-key want the person to go back to Rashford. I want all my ooters to ooh. Yeah.
Real talk.
Everyone eating. Everybody's eating well. All right, cool. So with that being said, let's finish up with some listeners' questions. Yeah, no Rodney today, so nobody's gonna get dissed. And I'm just hoping you guys can get off your vibes just to be, answer these questions because you ain't been answering my questions, boy. All right, cool. So the first question from Rob_Mush. Is there
Shout out my
still
guy,
time?
Rob.
Shout out Rob, does his thing. Affiliate of a cop end. Is there still time pressure on Ollie? What is the minimum position he can achieve for his job to be safe, and what's the lowest he's allowed to finish? Okay, so that's 3 questions. So the first one, is there still time pressure on Ollie? I think no.
Because he has to go. So there's no time pressure. He just has to go. But he won't.
Okay, so from the board's perspective, do you think there's time pressure on Ollie?
No, he's in the plan. The plan
Nah,
was top
he's
4.
set, The
The plan was top 4 this
He's on a
season.
miracle.
He must be saying to them because he's deflected everything from them and they're in top 4. They've got the money now, and yeah, they must love that guy because
And even in his words,
them.
he said something like earlier in the season that they want to compete in 2 years. So this was part of the plan. Get into the top 4 now, then be comfortable in the top 4 next season. So as in get like a good points total and then challenge the season after that. So I feel like they're sticking to the
Does he have
plan.
to challenge next season then?
No, the season after that.
After that, okay, cool.
Yeah. So
what is the minimum position he can achieve for his job to be safe? And what's the lowest?
Fourth.
And what's the lowest he's allowed to finish? That's the same 2.
yeah,
questions, I
he
guess.
can't finish outside the top 4.
Top 4. So if he finishes 6th next season, does
He's
he
done.
lose his job?
Of course.
Yeah. He's out there. He
done.
can't finish 6th after finishing 3rd and think.
And also remember, we spent 200 M this year. We're gonna spend another 150, probably maybe another 200 again. You can't spend down there 4 bills and you have
Bro,
Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, potentially.
Yeah, it's not happening.
finish the 6th. My friend,
If he dares finishes 3rd or 4th or less, No, you can't.
Regardless, I'll be happy to get rid of him at the end of next
Oh,
season.
so I'll be so happy. If we win the league, I'll be saying, cool, get him out of here, man.
Yeah, sure.
Bye-bye.
Brother, thank you for the league. Next time, the double.
Yeah,
Oh,
Got a question from Mesh. I don't know my Roman numerals. Mesh XCV11. What's that, Elijah? XCV11.
that's a bit too much for my brain.
That's
Boy, leave me out of it.
That's 1 million.
Yeah,
That is not 1 million at all, bro.
Yeah, I know. I just tried to lie.
X is
Tried to
10.
lie.
X is 10.
No, C's 100.
Yeah,
X is 10. X is 10. C is 100. Yeah.
And VI is 5.
That's 7.
Can't lie, this is
That's 7.
embarrassing.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
So what's that?
10, 100,
10, 11.
I said 10.
10, 100, and 7. So was it easy adding them all together? Is he say, never mind, man. Can you when you listen to this pod, can you at us with what those numbers add up to? Yeah. So which players from the academy should be loaned out next season, and which ones should be promoted to the first team?
I think Ghana and Levitt need a loan.
Oh,
Laird needs to be. I think if we sell Dallo, I think that we're going to, because from time like
Cementa's coming back,
bro. From time he's starting ahead of him, I can't lie. Your time's up. So I think if he goes, Laird will get promoted. I think that's it, really. I think the rest of them, I think the tier below them, they're too young. So players like Medri and Meki, like they need another season in the under 18s. And then I think Ghana and Levitt are the two most important ones that need a loan out, because I think Ghana, I don't think Solskjaer trusts him in the first team yet, and I think I don't think he trusts him in the first team yet. So I think he needs a loan. I think Levitt, even though he is a bit older, I think he needs a loan too, just to establish himself, and then we'll see what we get from there.
Do you think both of them are? Do you think either of them are good enough to play for the first team? Like, let's say they continue to develop.
Like, I think Ghana's really talented. So, like, Ghana's around the same age as Gomez, and like he's around the same age as Gomez. I think it's in between Gomez and Greenwood. So he's like 18, 19, and he's actually a DM. But when he goes up to the under 23s, he plays like a box-to-box midfielder, and he's getting goals. Like, it's that easy for him. So I think he has. If he progresses like I think he will, I think he has a big future ahead of him. But he just needs. I think now he needs the game time, and I don't think he'll get it with United. So I think he needs to go out on loan.
Yeah. So is that a loan to a lower half Prem club, or is that Championship?
Championship. I think for him, I think it's Championship.
Cool.
Because it'll be a bit more difficult for him because he's like physical and he's a bit tall and wiry right now. So I think beating that is
fill out. Yeah. Fair enough, man. Question from Iavelli. We all know Sancho is a baller, but are we sure he's the right profile we need on the right wing? I think we need someone who does their best work out wide rather than in between the lines.
Why do we need?
Because I think he's saying we need like a proper touchline winger, like a Saar.
But there isn't a world class level one that's on that side anymore. The only like touchline winger is Leroy Sané, and he's on the other side. I can't think of a right-footed touchline winger that's world level. So yeah,
only one is Dembele, and he
injury.
He doesn't play football anymore.
He don't play, so I'm not really having that. So yeah, there isn't, unless he can find me somebody that's right-footed and that's going to be the touchline winger. I love those wingers; those are actually my favorite. But there isn't anybody that's right-footed that's at the level right now.
Okay.
And to be fair,
I prefer
go
closer and come in field more, because that's what the goal is. Like Adam, it's just that if we can get some sort of productivity from Wan-Bissaka or whoever's on the left-hand side, doesn't matter to me because it's not exactly like Salah and Mane just hang out wide. Like they move all about. Like if you want our guys to clap goals, they're gonna have to be in field, really and truly. So yeah, I don't mind. I think Sancho did benefit from Hakimi bombing down that right hand side. So hopefully, Wan-Bissaka makes leaps and bounds because he can actually take on his man in it. So he's got to pick his man a bit. But yeah, I hear it. But I think it suits us having the guys in field who can score goals.
Cool. Got a question from Miss Riri33. This depends on who's seen this. I would greatly appreciate a quick review of the recently provided footage of Wan-Bissaka as a winger. In case you guys don't have it here. Who's seen that footage?
I've seen it. So.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, guys?
I can tell why he's a right back now.
He looks the same.
Like the only reason why he was able to get past man is because he was just stronger and
he just physically advanced than the rest of the people he's playing against. But he looks the same.
That back heel for the goal he set up was horrendous.
That's what just came up on my.
The left-footed finish was alright though. I was like,
that was
cool.
nice.
You got the left foot thing. No worries.
I wonder where that lad is now. Also, the back post tapping. What did he do? Did he use his peel or something? It looks stylish though.
Look at saucy Steve.
Look at the saucy.
That guy.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what I've been thinking though? Wan-Bissaka is like what 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21, 22.
He can improve.
Yeah,
he can improve.
Yeah,
he can improve, innit? That's all I can say. And I don't know if Ollie's the man to do that, but it would be egregious if we go into next season and he hasn't improved during the space that Ollie's got to work with him, because
next season's like 6 weeks away.
Yeah, bro.
What 6 weeks? You can improve,
bro.
Why did he improve in the lockdown of 3 months?
Because he wasn't training.
No. Because he done that tissue challenge, and he was doing kick-ups and flicks and all that stuff. So he clearly has it in him. He just gets scared on the pitch because he knows that there's other ballers around him. So yeah, he's just
building that.
He
confidence.
needs a big improvement.
Or do you think he's a bit embarrassed that they've been giving him the ball and not been pressuring him at all?
Yeah.
He's rattled by that.
It's a shout. The minute you get, do you know what somebody was saying though? It's like whenever he messes up, emotionless on his face, doesn't look happy, doesn't look when he does well or bad, no emotion. Like the ball goes off.
Well, I was not being harsh on him. I can't lie. It's making me sick.
Yeah, you did a lot. You did a lot still.
It just makes me sick. Those are simple passes. What's going on? I agree with him. Pogba deal with it.
Even the first touch is always brazy.
Bro,
the body shape to even get that first touch is always like a mad thing. Like the foot is there, like the knee is there, the thigh is there, like it is mad.
What it is, it's also the fact that sometimes he takes so long to make a decision that the option gets shut down. Then he just does a Mazzolini. He just like scoops it to nobody. But I think
ISO ball.
I think maybe with more confidence and playing, because he can actually beat his fullback.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs to be decisive. When I get the ball, am I going to run down? I'm going to run down the left back.
Well, I'm giving it off and making another run.
Yeah,
you have to be quicker and sharper.
And just hit Greenwood straight away. Just trust yourself. You're a pro footballer. I'm sure you can make a 15-yard pass on the ground. Like you can.
I really don't think he can. I really don't think he can. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That guy is. Some of the passes he makes is just.
It's important for us that he improves, though. Because I mean he's elite defensively, and it would.
Yeah, he's really held us down on defense.
Yeah, and it'd be nice for him to. Yeah, so he's young, so we're hoping that he keeps improving and keeps getting better and better, and maybe he has that Sancho there with him to combine as well. That may help. Okay, you guys didn't quite answer this question, so let's go again. High Life Carter, which 3 players can we get in one window who can help us close the gap on the top 2?
3.
Yeah.
Wait. Morales, create the rules. Like, how much are we spending?
Let's say
250.
Let's say it's 150 plus the player sells, isn't it? Which would be another 50, 70.
So
let's say 200, 220. What 3 players can we get in one window which can help us close the gap on the top 2?
Sancho.
Yeah, that's half the money. Yep.
Sancho. Douglas Luiz or Partey.
Not which players do you want?
Go,
Which
man.
player can we get? Not which players do you want? Which
Okay, I
players?
said Douglas Luiz or Partey.
Okay, Partey. Okay, go Partey.
Yeah,
So that's 50.
yeah. So, so we still have like another. So let's say
50
Sancho,
yeah,
let's
50.
say Sancho 120. Let's say Sancho's 120 million euros.
Mm-hmm.
Partey, that's 170. So we still got like another 60 million euros to spend on.
Yeah.
So we've got DM, we've got the right side. So we can even get centre back or the left back.
Van de Beek.
Huh? Van der Beek.
How much for Van de Beek? How much for Van de Beek?
He's quite cheap still.
He's
I think
actually
35 million pounds.
Okay, you got 25 million, so you got 35 left. Okay.
No, 35 million pounds.
Oh, 35, so you got 25 left. Okay.
How much
Well,
is-
he said 3 players, in it. So, but you lot are leaving money on the table still.
exactly nah, man.
We said like, nah, man, Elijah ain't about that leaving money on the table.
Yeah, I like that. If we can't get Grealish, yeah, for a reasonable price, Van der Beek is 100% an option.
Oh, with that money, we just get at top. Forget Van der Beek, just get Grealish, innit?
Fam,
Yeah,
that's what
but-
I'm saying.
Yeah,
If we
but
can-
I'm
if we get
saying
the money.
if the
Grealish
money's
for
there,
60. Grealish
Do
for
it.
60, yeah. And if we get those 3 in, how many points do we finish with next season?
68.
75.
80, 82.
75.
77.
You have to remember who our manager is.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Mm.
And
Eh,
CTE
eh,
and gold, blood.
82.
Also, I think a lot of these guys will just be, they'll make that 5-2 against Bournemouth, a 7-2, and we'll still draw with West Ham.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mark
we
Noble will
lost,
still be dunking on guys' head.
That's
and
what they're
that.
coming into. That's literally what they're coming in to do.
we lost versus
Wait, did you
West
see
Ham.
what
If
Declan
we
Rice
could,
said today?
What did he say?
He was like, people were telling me, are you scared of Pogba and Fernandes? And he was like, what have I got to be scared of?
Who said that?
I know, Rice, yeah. You see Rice, yeah. He's one of them youths, yeah. He loves this, I'm a lad. Yeah, nothing scares me. Yeah, I'm one of them. You get your head knocked off, bro. Allow me.
To be fair, he came out of that game unscathed.
I would never forgive them for that.
bro, no,
Shout out my boy
Nolan
Decky,
and
though,
fake
man.
Lampard, yeah, just fisting
Bro.
up at the carpet at the theatre.
bro, 2 seasons in a row, Rice and Noble have come there and busted.
Yeah. Decky and
Noble.
Noble busted.
Noble, you know.
Noble was playing number 10 and he was moving like Iniesta.
Floating.
Wait, what do you guys
That's-
think of Declan Rice? Like, as a player?
He's good. He's good.
Good, but
I
just
think our levels-
he'll be way too expensive.
Our level, I play him centre back.
Yeah, he's a centre back for me. If you put him next to Maguire, he's taken that armband off. I can't lie to you. He
100.
is a proper leader. He's a proper leader.
You can't. Nobody could afford Declan Rice right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think he costs more than Maguire?
Of course.
The only hope was that if West Ham got
West Ham literally
relegated.
just said, yeah, he's not going anywhere. He said that the only way Declan Rice goes anywhere, if you give us an offer, we can't refuse. And you know, yeah, that's
You
more
think they
than
can
Maguire.
refuse 80 million?
I'm not actually sure if they have money this summer.
Hey,
though,
listen.
so I don't know
Hey,
whether
wait.
they're bluffing.
They refused 80 million for that stupid centre back last year.
What,
Which
Diop?
one?
Diop.
Diop.
That's
Nobody
why we went
bid
and
80
got
million for
Maguire.
Did we bid 80 million for Diop?
Yes.
Like
Did they-
60.
That's what,
He did
that's what they
80 for Diop.
wanted. No, sorry, that's what they wanted. They wanted 80 million for Diop.
Yeah,
I think you'll have
We didn't bid it, but they wanted it. We wanted it, so that's why we went and
so
got
that's their
Maguire.
value. So if they're valuing him at 80, boy,
Fucking
Maguire's
hell, bro.
3 figures.
And in
Free
Corona,
In this current environment.
It's
I'm
Corona.
forgetting who owns West Ham, boy.
Who, bruv?
They're owned by David Gold. Like, he's not gonna. He's like another Levy. I'm telling you.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, bro. I don't want to say what I was gonna say, but trust me.
We'll save that for the chat, yeah?
Yeah,
Alright,
trust me. G.
cool. Miss Riri 33 asked another question. The first one was about transfers, which links to the previous one, so I won't ask that again. Who would you sell and how much realistically can we get from those sales?
Oi.
Okay,
Pereira.
We could get 100 million.
name the
Yeah.
names, man. I love Seb. His heart's always in it. Just threw out a number. Go on, get us to 100 million.
I've already-
And make it make sense as well.
It
Don't just
will
say
make
anything.
sense. Listen,
Yeah, go on.
Lingard,
Yeah,
25 to 30.
boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Come
Are we
on.
agreeing with that figure?
Wishful
Yeah.
thinking.
When you think about all of the players that have gone, Lingard is English.
But
You know he's already
factoring
got
Coro
that.
though. Factoring Coro.
Okay, all right. So say the lower end, 25. I'll give you that.
25. Yeah.
That's your lower end. Okay, 25.
25, yeah.
25. Go on.
Smalling is already linked with 20
17.
million. That's 20 million.
I thought it was 70 million euros.
No, it was 20. It was
So
22
it's-
million euros or something like that.
Yes, so it's like 3 million for his loan and then 17 million euros for his obligation or something like that.
So how much is that altogether?
So that's like 8 million or something like that.
Okay, so 18 million. Cool.
18 million. Cool.
Well,
Diego Dallo is linked with going.
No, I'm adding it up. So how much did we say for Lingard?
25.
25.
Yeah, okay, and then 21 for Smalling.
18 for Smalling.
18 for Smalling.
Okay.
Diego Dallo is obviously going to go because Fosu stepped up or whatever. So how much did we buy him for? United are going to probably want to get their money back.
He bought him for 18 million.
He's going for
Yeah,
20
so
million.
let's say 18 million.
Okay.
Nah, it will definitely be more than that.
Yeah.
It will be more than that,
he's
but
talented.
it will be more than that.
How's
I
he
feel like
increased
he'll
his
go for
value,
25.
Or
Because
25.
Because we got him. He didn't play, but he's at United, so it's a bit more
Inflation, innit?
Yeah.
You pay more for your troubles.
Wait,
You play more for your troubles. Oh, you're
Yeah.
doing business with United. It's 7
Yeah.
million. All that.
I thought that, all right, cool. So say Dallo, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Jones, 8 or something like that.
8 million. Yeah, go on.
8 million
No,
for
no,
Jones.
Nah, it can't be 8 million. This guy has
What-
3 years left on his
Oh,
contract.
okay.
You know?
So, all right, say Jones, 15 million.
Yeah, go on, Elijah. Justify that. Go on.
No, Jones 15 million because Rojo's going for 8. So Rojo's
Okay,
already
50 million for Jones.
Yeah, the
Rojo-
English premium gone.
Rojo
Yeah,
for
and then
8.
Ro-
Okay, how
Rojo's
much is
going
that
for 8.
altogether?
And then Sanchez is linked with 20 million, but Inter want to pay 10 and United want 20. So put it in the middle as 15.
15. Okay, cool.
That's
15.
98 million pounds.
Plus Sanchez wages are ridiculous.
Fam, all of those
there,
wages off
100
the
million.
books, all of those wages off the books, that's like $1 million a week.
And
Okay, let's back it.
I
How much?
haven't
Hold on,
even
let's
said,
actually
and I
do that.
haven't even said, I've said Andres Pereira and
He's
Mata's
not
wages
going.
are going as
Yeah.
well.
He's not going. Andres Pereira's not going. anywhere.
Mata's wages are going as well.
Okay, let's do the wages side. So how much is Lingard on a week?
100.
100.
How much is Smalling on?
100.
100.
Dallo, like 35, yeah?
Yeah.
About that.
Phil Jones,
100.
120.
say 110. Royo,
100 and something. He's
100
only
as
done
well.
100.
100, let's say 100. Sanchez.
350.
Okay, so there's no way
Fucking hell.
we're gonna get both 15 million and they eat all of his wages.
Yeah, so that's why they said they want 10 million. That's why they said they
That
want to
guy
buy
is
for 10
taking a
million.
wage cut. I don't care. He's taking
Yeah.
a wage cut.
That's why I
There's
said
no way.
what it would be is they're going to meet halfway in the valuation because United want 20 and Inter want 10. So
Okay,
it'll
so
be
that's
15.
400. So we're all 400 off the books, yeah? And then how much is Mataron?
150. 140.
160.
Okay, let's say 150. You know, just throwing
Yeah,
numbers
he's on
out,
160. He's on 160.
200,
935 so far.
Wait,
So
these wages
what's-
are madness.
So that's 935 a week. So across the year, that's almost 52 million. Yeah.
Fucking
Plus,
hell.
how much did you say that we brought in from transfers?
98.
98.
98. Yeah. So that's 150 million through player sales. Yeah. We already have 150 million in the bank to spend, plus 150 million recouped. So it sounds like a good summer. But if we're getting rid of that many players, only buying 3 players is not.
That's what
realistic, I don't
four.
think.
Four. That's why I've said buy 4 and promote 2.
We are optimistic. We're not selling Dallo. That's not going to happen. One
Why
of
not?
Rojo
Why
and
not?
Jones. One of Rojo and Jones are staying.
It's Jones and
It's
it's
Jones.
Jones.
It's Jones that's staying.
Rojo and Jones are staying. I'm telling you.
They're
Rojo's
going.
not
They're
returning
going.
from
Get
Argentina.
that dream out your fucking brain.
They're
bro.
going. Trust me. Oli just said they said in an article that Oli wants 9 players gone.
Yeah.
Well, will you
Yeah.
get them gone though?
Ollie's good at getting rid of bums.
Oli's good at. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Trust him. He's good at getting these guys
Hey,
gone.
bro, he knows the bums. That's the one thing I like about
He
him.
knows the bums.
Because
I
he's
like how-
And Oli was
You don't
literally
know
saying,
McTominay, though.
he literally said in an interview, he said, the players that have done bad, I keep it in my head and they don't play anymore. look at all the players that haven't featured.
That's what I'm saying. If you haven't features in this period,
You're gone.
of intense football,
You're gone.
it's a write-off.
It's a write-off for you.
Ollie's a
So that
fan.
means-
That's why.
Cool. So we're saying we're bringing 150 million in, yeah? Boy, I'd love to see it, honestly. If we bring in 150 million, I reckon we make a couple more signings.
Buy four, and promote two.
What two are getting promoted? So Laird and the other one?
And I don't know who does. Probably Ghana. I don't know. Well,
Because at the
Ghana.
moment-
In fact, it would be them two. Them two are already in the squad.
Because at the moment, you've got centre backs. We've got Smalling, Maguire, Lindelof, Jones.
Mengi
Royo,
might get
and Laird.
How good is he? Because he's only 3 stars on FM.
Is he good enough though, man?
That's
only-
the Fracas FM.
He's
I
only
think
3
he's better
stars
than
on
Axel was
FM.
at his age.
Okay.
I think he's better. He's much better in the air as well.
All right. Boy, we're seeing it. A bag of centre backs, boy.
Yeah, we need to get rid
Listen,
of.
this is the summer, man. I think we do things right, and with Chelsea already doing their business and they're continuing to do business. We join Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, establish a new top 4, and just separate ourselves from the Spurses, the Arsenals, etc. We fuck it up. We're in the Higgy again. We're in the Higgy. You're going back to back with Arteta, man. I'm not here for none of that. None of that at all, man. So we'll see, man. But yeah, what can we say, guys? Top 4, we made it. Champions League, baby. Listen, it's honestly, if we didn't make it yesterday, whole Muga, yeah, you would have tried to find the Patreon page, not there. You would have tried to find our YouTube vids, not there. You would have tried to find our old pod, not there. Muga would have ceased to exist. So I'm happy that did that. I'm happy that did happen. We'll be back. We'll be back next week. In between now and then, look out for our flop or not polls. Look out for our
I just read
exclusive.
something. I just read something. We'll probably talk about this in the chat, but Solskjaer is set to sign Jack Grealish, even as MUFC sign Jadon Sancho, although Aston Villa star has been told he might not start every week. That's from Miguel Denavy.
Oh, that guy's horrendous.
He said Beckham's said Trent's got more tools than Beckham.
He's an idiot. He said Trent's more talented than Beckham. He's not bad.
That guy can write really well, but he chats shit. I can't.
Yeah. So what is he more for the writing and less for the transfer links?
Yeah. He's not for the transfer shit.
He's not for the transfer shit. The transfer game's not easy, man. Listen, I want to sign in a week between now and the end of August, man. Bow. Guys, as always, a pleasure. Thank you all for coming through. Sebi, Alex, Nikki, always lovely to have you. Disu, we love you, baby. Elijah, thank you very much for coming through, brother. Everybody stay safe, and I'll see you all next week, man.
Bye. Cheers.
Peace.
When I spit bars in a rave, man, I go hard like Santan.